Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about the FishFam and how they feel about the money that their children are making for their family vlogging channel. They also, in this video, the Coogan Law is also mentioned, and I think that it all ties in perfectly, so we're going to react to the video together. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so if you're not familiar with who the FishFam is, it is Kyler and Madison are the parents. They have a YouTube channel with 4.36 million subscribers, so definitely a sizable audience. I have talked about them a couple times previously on my channel, and they have several children that are all featured on their family vlogging channel. Their two twins are what I would kind of consider the backbone of their channel. Their twins are the oldest of all their children, and they are doing modeling gigs, doing stuff on YouTube. These are kids that will most likely be homeschooled. I don't think that they're going to be going to a public or private school because they are so intertwined with this platform that they have. The one thing I will say is that Kyler does make music. He's like a country singer, so he makes money on his own, but I would say that their presence online is why they're so well known. It's not like he was a massive star and then got married and started sharing his kids. If you know of them, you probably know of them from social media or YouTube, is the point that I'm trying to make. But before we babble, this video I think was a snippet from one of their vlogs, and the clip starts out by saying, since 1939, Coogan's Law has protected the earnings of child performers. And before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to read you guys what the Coogan Law is, like textbook version. So it says the Jackie Coogan Law ensures the financial well-being of child actors by mandating that their employers set aside 15% of the child actor's gross earnings in a Coogan trust account, where it can be monitored but not withdrawn by a legal guardian until the child reaches legal maturity. In other words, the Coogan Law prevents parents from burning through all their child actors' hard-earned cash. And it gives this really great diagram. I'll throw it on the screen for you guys. It says how Coogan accounts work. So you have the money earned, 15% goes to the Coogan account, and that is pre-tax amount. Then 20% gets paid to income taxes, and the remainder, what's left after taxes and the Coogan account, is yours to access, unlike funds in the Coogan account. These can be accessed by the child actor's guardian. 15% is a good amount, but with how popular some of these kids are, I'd like to see it bumped up to 20 or 25%. That's just my personal opinion. I understand that parents are heavily involved in driving their kids to auditions, talking to their managers, since we're talking about kids here. But at the same time, I would like to see it bumped up a little bit just to make sure that the child is, able to access more of that money that they earned. But again, that's just a total side note. So that's a little bit about how Coogan accounts work. I think that they are absolutely necessary for any child that's making money. And I've been saying for a while that YouTube needs to adopt either the Coogan account for YouTube vlog kids. Personally, I think that it would be easier to just go ahead and adopt the Coogan Law, since it's already in effect and it's working for child actors. I don't look at them like child actors. They should have the same protections as child actors, but I don't look at them as child actors because the separation of work and home life is very obvious when we're talking about child actors. You're talking about a child being driven to a set for a short period of time during the day, and then they get to go home and they don't have cameras in their face and producers or directors telling them what to say and how to move and how to sit and how to stand and what direction to walk in and what lines to say. But when we're talking about YouTube vlog kids, a lot of times it's a camera in their face from the minute that they wake up. all the way through their day to vlogging the grocery store trip to cleaning around the house, doing chores, playing in the backyard. Everything is filmed. Unlike child actors, they don't have that separation of, okay, I'm at home now and this is my safe place where I'm not being filmed and this isn't work, versus being on set and knowing that you're there to work for that, period of time.
Where's it go? Where's it go? Put it on this side.
And it also says, when it's referring to the Coogan Law, it also says the law doesn't apply to kid influencers online. It absolutely should.
If the twins earn money, are you obligated to save any of that money or not? Can you just talk about that?
That's an interesting topic, truthfully. That's an interesting topic. And the reason why it's interesting is because who gets to decide who does the work?
It's like
my girls are in a picture. They're in a picture, and that qualifies as work. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, who gets?
It absolutely qualifies as work, Kyler. These influencer parents are going to stomp up and down and try to justify what they're doing until the end of time. Bare minimum, what the Coogan Law would do is, obviously it's not going to protect kids from weirdos online, but bare minimum, it would guarantee that the parents aren't able to live these super extravagant lifestyles, burn through all the kids' money, and then when the kids are ready to go to college or need a place of their own, they have no money. And their whole childhood was put all over YouTube. And with the Fish Fam, I almost look at their kids as elevated kid influencers, because they are not just part of vlogs on YouTube. These kids are modeling. They're part of brand deals all the time. Like, this family gets brand deals because of their twins. Twins are very cute, cute kid twins. What's not to love? But, and I also think of someone like Maya Knight in this situation. If she's not going to take her kids off TikTok, she will get more and more offers from brands as her twins get older, because companies love to have twins as part of ad placements, brand deals, sponsorship opportunities. It gives them something different that they can offer a brand that, obviously you have a cute kid, but you have a cute kid times 2. A brand's going to want to work with you, especially if you have a big online presence. But when we're talking about the kids not only being in vlogs, but also being elevated to the point where they are so heavily featured in all of this content, not only on your channel, but also on brand Instagram accounts, commercials, prints, magazine ads. Like, it goes so above and beyond what being featured in a little clip of a vlog is. These kids absolutely need the protection, and they need to be guaranteed that all this money that's coming in is not going to fund Madison and Kyler's very extravagant lifestyle.
I still had to set up, bring them to the spot for it, come up with the picture, spot, talk to the brand to get the deal, negotiate the deal.
Okay, and that's fine, but who are the images being taken of? Not you and Kyler. The images are being taken of the twins. So they are the ones who are driving the brand deals. Even if the parents have to take them to the spot and, oh, sorry, you have to give your kid a ride. I'm so sorry. Oh, you have to talk to a manager. There is massive money being made off of them sitting on a phone call and giving their kid a ride to the spot. So that's why I say, bare minimum, if the Coogan Law was adopted for influencer kids and vlog kids, it's not all of the money, but it guarantees that the kids will have something once they turn of age.
There's a lot of outsiders out there that think that my kids are a huge integral part of the business, and they are, and they come up with these numbers.
They are your business. The only reason that they have the following that they have is because they have exploited the hell out of those twins and shown them every single day since they were born. Those kids have no part of their childhood that has been private. So they are your brand. They are your business. They are why you have over 4 million subscribers. Your other kids are cute too, but let's be honest, the twins are what started the online fame and took them to the point where they are now.
In their head about how much we should be saving for them, but I don't really think like that they have an option or the luxury of deciding those things because it's not their business. However, we are saving for our kids. We're excited about the opportunities we have.
I don't believe a word that he says. I don't think that they're saving for their kids. I think that he felt like he was in the hot seat and he had to say that just so that this wouldn't turn into an absolute annihilation and them being dragged all over the internet. I think that he was saying that in the moment just to appease people who know for a fact that their kids should have a certain percentage put aside, i.e. the 15%. And then that way the kids have something when they get older. It is absolutely, I don't know how you could trash your kids' privacy and at the same time possibly, most likely, not be putting away at least that 15% for them to have when they're older. When I see influencer parents, I can't look at a really extravagant lifestyle and also believe them when they say, oh, we're putting money aside, because there's only so much money to go around. And when you're advertising the luxury lifestyle and all the materialistic crap that you're buying, and then you're also expecting people to believe that you're putting a fair amount of money aside, those two don't coexist for me and a lot of other people too.
And how we're able to actually create a savings plan for them, for their future. Something I never really had growing up.
And luckily with like the traditional media, there's the Coogan account, which we have set in place. So like every time the girls do anything traditional media, like all the films and TV shows and commercials that they've done, they already have an account set up, both of them individually, that we're not allowed to touch until they're 18. They get to take all of it themselves.
That's fantastic that they both have a Coogan account individually because of the print ads, commercials, TV stuff that they do. But let's talk about the influencer brand deals. Let's talk about the YouTube AdSense revenue because they make a lot off of social media and YouTube. So is she saying that, okay, well, only if they do, because the way that I took it, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, I understand that to be if they do something where we have to put the money in the Coogan account, then it will go there. But everything else, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube sponsorships, all of that is being kept for the parents. That's the way that I took it.
Here comes the photo. But as far as like making your own vlogs and like brand deals, stuff like that, there's no laws set like that. And if there's families out there that are using their kids like to make money and then they're taking it all for like their own expenses, then that's really sad. For us, we're taking that money that we've made. Obviously, it just goes into our family account, and we're just providing a life for our girls that's going to be a great life. So they don't need their own account for that.
So that's the end of that little clip. And I believe that the way that I took that is exactly what's going on. She wants to say, oh, well, we're able to provide them a life, a really good quality of life. Therefore, the money from vlogs and social media is not going to them because we're giving them this wonderful life. But if they do commercials or anything like that where the Coogan Law has to be applied, then that money is going to go into their Coogan account. And this is the thing, I hear so many of them rant and rave about, oh, look at the life that we're giving them because of YouTube or our social media presence. At the end of the day, all of this materialistic stuff, like growing up in a McMansion or even a full-blown mansion with a pool and nice cars and having a Gucci backpack and Dolce & Gabbana shorts, that kind of stuff isn't going to matter to these kids in another 10 or 15 years. What these kids are going to be left with is a lot of emotional damage, a lot of trauma that they're going to have to unpack because they know that their childhood was filled with materialistic garbage and parents that were not ever fully present because they were constantly worried about Instagram hashtags and vlog lighting and what kind of tags to put on the video to make sure that it got good performance in the algorithm. So I really worry about that down the road. And again, I've said before, only time will tell kind of what the effects are. I hope that some of these vlog kids have the courage to tell their stories down the road, because, and it's not even for like, oh yeah, I proving me right or whatever, but just to hear their perspective down the road of someone who actually lived through it. And I hope that we get to hear their side of it, because these parents are funding an extremely extravagant lifestyle off of the backs of their kids, and that has always been the problem from day one. It's not a problem with, you know, a parent who has Instagram and birthdays and Christmas and Easter, like they share a photo of their kid. Like, that's not what my personal concern has ever been. My concern has been lots of money being generated by sharing your kids online. Even though Madison and Kyler said that the Coogan accounts are set up for their twins because of the certain type of work that they do, let's apply this to vlog kids that aren't doing commercials or print ads. Let's talk about them, because there's nothing that's being set aside for a lot of these kids. I'm not saying every single one of them, but for a lot of them, the laws don't apply, so the parents do what they want to do. And that is a lot of times buying the nice house, buying the Range Rovers, you know, having the Louis Vuitton luggage so that they can travel in style, and private jets and all of the kind of stuff that we see from a lot of these family vloggers. Looking at the Fish Fam on Social Blade, and I've said this before, but keep in mind when you're looking on Social Blade, based on my personal experience, just, you know, looking at my own stats and knowing what I actually make and have made historically, what I understand is that Social Blade is on the lower end. But if you want to look at this for a rough example, their monthly earnings are estimated to be up to $27,000 a month, and annually they're estimated to be making about $330,000. But again, keep in mind that is on the low end. And if you look at their views over the last 2 years, they kind of hit their peak in August of 2020. And then you see it start to go down and down and down. And they've pretty much been around the same since this time last year. And they're sort of at this plateau. So what this tells me is, and they're also not gaining new subscribers. What this tells me, based off the fact that I've seen it with other family channels too, is that people are losing interest. They're starting to check out. They're starting to maybe say, and if it's not doing any of those things, then there might be some people that are checking out. I think that we've seen a decline with family vloggers for a while now, and I think that it will continue to go down, because people are not only seeing the issues with throwing away your child's privacy for online fame and clout, but on top of it, it's just the same content over and over and over again. And unless you're just obsessed with watching other people's children online, you might get to a point where you are bored and second guess why you're watching these people as well. For me, this video is just really telling, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Their twins and their kids are just, you know, this is like, they are an example of just full-on exploitation. You know, 3 weeks ago, their twins were in a fashion show. And then you go to, as of a couple weeks ago, they just had a baby boy, and they have done, not including all of the videos leading up to this point about the pregnancy, but just in the last month, they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of their last 10 videos have been about the new baby. So, you know, nothing is sacred. Nothing is kept for the family for a little while and then announced to YouTube everything is for clicks and views. And you know, even their labor and delivery vlog got 702,000 views, and it's been up for 12 days. Typically a video like this on a channel this size, you would expect it to have easily 1.5 million views after 12 days, maybe even 2 million. So she did this my water broke early prank on her twins. You know, they're one of those families, like they'll utilize stuff to scare their kids, and it's all prank, it's all a joke. And you know, I don't know, I don't think it's funny, and there's better ways to, you know, joke with your kids. But again, what do I know? It really is just a rinse and repeat with these guys. It's have a baby, make all the content, add the new baby to the vlogs, get pregnant, do pregnancy content, do a labor and delivery vlog, and you know, it's the same thing. So either way, before I babble for too long, let me know what you guys think. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.